Hi, I'm Tracy Flemmings-Davallier, and I'm a candidate for Juvenile Court Judge, Orleans Parish, Section E, and my number is number 5.
Good. Ms. Flemmings-Davallier, how are we today?
I'm fine, thank you. Happy holidays.
Well, happy holidays to you. On behalf
15 years at Phelps-Dunbar, which is one of the city's oldest law firms. And during that time, I've worked a lot in the community with our kids and with our youth. They are my direct passion. I love working with kids, and we have so many kids that are in dire need through juvenile justice reform.
and we're going to talk about that. Before we get into that, talk a little bit about, you brought up social issues. Talk to us about some of the things that you fight for. What are those things that get your blood boiling that you just got to get behind? You ain't going to let it be wronged in this community.
Well, anything involving kids. Years ago, while at Phelps doing my work, I wanted to be involved in representing kids. I've done a lot of work in the community, a lot of volunteer work, but I also wanted to use my legal skills to represent kids because kids don't always have the voice that they need to work within a system. And so I got involved in a program called the Child in Needed Care Program, otherwise known as SYNC. And in that program, I represented the kids as their own personal attorney.
Wow.
And so I would bring the child, represent the child in court, and ensure that their needs were met. Medical needs, living needs, any kind of personal needs.
What kind of children are these? When you say
These
in
are
court,
kids
what are they
who
doing?
are in foster care.
Okay.
Kids who are in foster care through the Office of Community Services. And so these kids have been either abused or neglected and have been placed in protective custody. Some of the kids were with other relatives who were gracious enough to take in their family members. And other kids were with foster parents who took in kids on a routine basis. And so I would meet the foster parents, I'd go to the home to ensure that the kids were comfortable and see if they had any needs that needed to be met. That work was it was rewarding on a personal level as an attorney to be able to use my legal skills in that capacity. It was also disappointing because we have a lot of kids that are dealing with adult issues that they should not have to deal with. And so I really loved working to protect the child in that case.
So let's talk about that experience, moreover your life experiences, and what that means to Tracy Flemmings-Davallier as a judge. Talk to us about your understanding of what you do in representing children, but also around fairness and equity. How do we make sure you're going to look after our community?
Well, I mean, our community is a diverse community, a diverse culture, and we all have to work together. I've worked with people in various community organizations. I've worked with stakeholders in juvenile justice reform. This past year, I undertook a great project involving District Attorney Leon Canizero and was the chair of his juvenile transition team. We worked on juvenile justice reform, and I worked with people from all diverse backgrounds. It didn't matter political affiliation, party affiliation, race, gender, socioeconomic status. None of that mattered. What mattered is that we all had the same common concern for our youth and for our kids. And so in terms of bringing all of those groups together, I've reached into different communities, into different organizations, talked to people who are professional, white-collar workers, blue-collar workers. Everybody's concerned about our kids. That's how we bring everybody together, through common issues and common goals.
Talk to us about, clearly you've got the experiences, right? And you can certainly chime in on some of this as you're talking through this, but beyond the experience, I get a kick out of watching new people get into public office, right? Because you always wonder, what is that couch moment? I mean, what are you doing that makes you say, you know what, I'm running for this thing? Talk to us about why you're running.
I'm running because, like I said, I majored in sociology at a young age, 19 years old. I chose that as my major because I've always been a person that's been impacted by social issues. I did not get involved in youth in the community because I wanted to run for juvenile judge. I'm running for juvenile judge because of my involvement with the youth, and I think that that's the next level and step for me in helping our city.
Is something not happening currently that's making you say, I can do this better, or what kind of things can we expect from you?
Well, I think there are a lot of good programs out there. Different people that I've met around the city have different groups and organizations that are geared toward kids. And then the court system also has a Juvenile Detention Alternatives Initiative where there are many good programs. They're underfunded though. There's a lack of resources and a lack of people, and they're in some ways it's not at the forefront.
Okay.
I know a lot of people who are involved in elected office. I know a lot of people who've been appointed, and actually a lot of elected officials are supporting my campaign. And I feel like I can bring
Do you want to list some of those? Who's supporting you?
Like I said, District Attorney Leon Canizero.
Okay. That's a great endorsement.
That's right. That's a very good endorsement. And I have the city council members, Stacy Had, as well as James Carter, are supporting the campaign. Most of the Louisiana state legislators for Orleans Parish, as well as the state senators. And we have a wide diversity.
So who ain't supporting?
So we have about 25 elected officials, but it's not because of any political favors or promises. It's because they see that I can bring to light maybe a new way of doing things. And it's not just about...
You're not promising their kids
I'm
get
not
out free.
promising anything, but it's about bringing our professionals, bringing our business people to the table, bringing community organizers to the table, religious people to the table, bringing people of different backgrounds and cultures to the table, so that we have a better mixture of people looking at common goals and common issues. Now, don't get me wrong, if we have unfortunately a juvenile or a teen that crosses the line, that commits a heinous crime or a murder, those kids are going to adult criminal court. And those that stay in juvenile court, we have to protect our city, and we have to do what we can for our citizens. And so we have to confine those juveniles and provide re-entry support services for when they do enter back into our society at 21. But for those that we can reach at a younger age, that we can get to, because it's
I was in the juvenile justice system, so I was a hot mess.
Okay.
But had the opportunity to reform because they didn't just throw the book at people like me. So is that kind of your philosophy?
That's exactly my philosophy. I feel like if we can reach the kids at a younger age, because right now we have 15-year-olds committing murders because they're faced with adult issues. They don't have the life skills
I was just stealing candy
and
bars.
choices. So we need to get to first-time nonviolent offenders so we can stop recidivism, we can stop the repeat offenders.
Okay, I got one final question, and I'm going to give you a chance to close out.
Okay.
And this has been a great interview thus far. This comes from our Facebook friend, Rashad Baptiste. What do you plan on doing to bring back all the law schools, playgrounds, teenage activities? Basically, what do you see that should happen to keep people off the streets?
I think we need more recreation. We need to get our kids involved in positive activities. We need to partner with our schools. There's some great schools out there that are working really hard to instill self-confidence and self-esteem. The schools have our kids 7 hours a day. So we need to instill in intrinsic values that you and I have, so that we can make the right choices, so that these kids can make the right choices. And then after school, we need the recreational programs back. And summertime, we need to give kids the opportunity, especially teenagers, to work in business settings so they can understand that they have options and opportunities.
So you're pro increasing NORD budget?
Absolutely, absolutely. And getting grant writing to help with the funding of those programs, because our city does not have all the resources that we need to take care of everything that we need to do.
Well, Ms. Flemmings-Davallier, if you would please just close out, remind people who you are and to vote for you.
Hi, my name is Tracy Flemmings-Davallier. I'm running for Juvenile Court for Orleans Parish. My number is number 5, and I would appreciate your support and your vote. Thank you so much, and please spread the word. You can go to my website at www.tracyforjudge.com. Thank you.